Welcome back to the Life and Listings podcast. Today you have me again, Jennifer Stats, and we are going to talk about something that I think is going to hit home to most of you. We see so many people wanting to do yearly events, maybe for their community or their sphere of influence, and they get overwhelmed, whether they end up spending too much or they just inconsistencies, there's not enough tracking. A lot of our clients come to us and they just want to know, how do I do this on a consistent basis without pulling my hair out? So I'm going to tell you, if you're going to host an event once, plan to host it again and again. Okay, I'm going to take a moment there. If you are planning to do a Christmas event every single year, go into it thinking that. Create a system around it, document it, create templates around it, right? That way, when you go to do it again, it's often more effective, cheaper, and it's much easier to do, right? So if you're jumping into this and you're like, hey, I've never done events before, but this is something I want to do, right? I really want to lean into my sphere of influence or my community or something like that. I want you to choose between 1 and 4 anchor events every single year, okay? Something that's easy to keep them branded and easy to repeat, okay? Do not start with more than that. You're not going to do it on a consistent basis, right? So type of successful events that we've seen could be something seasonal, something family oriented. We're thinking like Santa photos, Easter egg hunts can be really successful, cookie exchanges, something that you can make really fun, hopefully something that's not overly expensive to start with, something with high engagement. So think about something that you can actually talk to people, right? Like you can actually engage quite a bit. So barbecues with like maybe a charity add-on there. Outdoor movies can be kind of easy to replicate once you buy that initial, maybe like the screen or something like that. A taco truck night could be something that you could have high engagement. Practical and valuable type stuff, right? So think about something that would add value to people that's not a ton of money. So shredding days, garage cleanouts, supply drives. And when you think about the shredding and the garage cleanout days, sometimes you might get information on who's planning on moving, right? Because they're cleaning for a reason. Safety and wellness, we have a couple clients doing some of these right now, which are really fun. They're doing like a community safety event that have a lot of kids that ride bikes in their community. They also we can do fire safety, home maintenance, self-defense classes can all be really popular. And then like think pet and lifestyle. These can be a little bit more specific, but if you're really into things like this, it can be a real beneficial event. So think of pet costume contests, adoption days, yoga meetups. Again, you want to make sure you're really passionate about some of those things. Like you can do yoga, you really like animals, stuff like that. And then educational and social. So think like wine, buyer info nights, vendor spotlights, all of those things can be really successful events that you can repeat on a yearly basis. So couple the things that I want you to think about when you are doing events like this. I want you to start with a budget. And I want you to track what you're actively spending on the event. Because I want you to be able to track who came, did any deals come from it, all those things. And then I want you to be able to compare it for next year so you can actually put it in your yearly budget. All of that should be tracked. So then the next year you can figure out, okay, can I maybe cut cost on the eggs or whatever? And a lot of times you can cut costs on events you do over and over again. For instance, I do an Easter egg hunt every year. I don't buy the eggs over and over again and have a little sign that says, please put the eggs back in there. It makes it a little bit more cost effective, easier to do, etc. Then I want to make sure you are tracking, okay? Tracking who is there. If this is your sphere of influence, you may just be able to track by like an RSVP system. If you're doing something community focused and you're inviting everyone, you may want to do some sort of like QR code or tracking of who is actually coming. Can you retarget those people in the future? You really want to see who actually came. Are they coming year after year? Are they coming to all of your events? Are they on your email list? Whatever that looks like, I want you to be tracking. Do not just do this for fun and you're not doing anything. I'm not saying you need to set all these people up on some sort of e-blast search or email search thing that you've got set up, but you need to be tracking who these people are. And there's various reasons on it for marketing why you need to be doing that. Then I want you to be creating a checklist that you can repeat every single year. Okay, that's going to sound awful, I know, blah, 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 but here is the reason why. You are going to create a checklist of everything you did for the event. So finalize concept and budget, book the venue, order marketing materials, launch invites, confirm logistics, send reminders, prep supplies, set up, post event thank yous. All the things that you do or want to do should be in some sort of checklist. We use Asana for all of our checklists, so we would build it there. And I also put SOPs in there. Nothing's worse than, who did I order the cake from last year? It should be in your SOP. Do I have signs for the event? They're kept here, right? All of that thing should be done way ahead of time to make it easier. If you're trying to scale from one event to 4, you have a system in place that's easy for you to do and figure out what you need to be done and do the exact same thing every time. Okay. And then you're going to track, again, I want you to track ROI. So if you have a list of who was there, you can tag them or put a source in there, whatever you do in your database, you can track who's attending my events and does anything come of it, right? Like, is there an actual deal that comes of it? Can you see a return on investment so you can look at it year after year? Then you can optimize it and repeat it every single time. So if you're always doing a Christmas event, you can just kind of copy paste and make that event successful. Now, what I also want you to do is, after that event wraps up, I want you to pause and I want you to reflect on what worked and what didn't. Okay? What didn't work, or wherever you can see, like, maybe, I don't know, you're doing an Easter egg hunt and it poured rain, and it would have been really nice if you would have had tents or something for people to go in. That might be something you want to consider going into the future so you can repeat that. Okay? If it worked really well, maybe you can do more of it, or maybe you can apply it to some of your other events. So I really want you looking at that and figuring out what worked, what didn't, how can I edit my SOPs for the future. Then going forward, you can repeat these over and over again, and these events are going to become more effective, less costly, and you're going to get a higher return on investment. So this month, we did create a free downloadable playbook specifically for events. We're giving you some of our templates and some of our easy SOPs so you can replicate events in any of your markets, and hope it's really effective. The link is going to be down below. You can also head over to the Stat Solutions website. You can sign up for our newsletter, which we update with all of our playbooks every single month. And hope you got some nice tidbits from today's episode. We will talk again soon. Have a great day.